coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively. They talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now
got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do, and if he ends up with the football, okay, now you got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you? Are you going to try to elude him? Are you going to take him on and hold your spot? What are you going to do? In this case, didn't have to do any of that. Saw all of his keys, saw the play in front of him, and ran clean to the ball carrier and finished off the play.
And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this third down. To throw is Rivers. And here the hook up good to Victor Cruz. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
They went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. So the chain gang now done for the drive. Ball on the 10, first and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
One thing I know, defensive coaches love it when they don't have to invite their players to the party. This strong safety, you never have to ask him twice to help in run support. He's going to arrive and in a bad mood.
And now it's second and goal. And again, it's Ingram. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
Throwing, Rivers. This will be caught at about the 3. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be fourth down. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the right hash. And oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They come up in an offset eye.
I know coaches always tell us that they make decisions about these types of plays, this type of a fake.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, things like this, you maybe give them a mulligan, or they're going to happen when you got a team that's only played together one time.
Listen, you know it's difficult to get in sync offensively when you haven't had the reps together.
And that can be a problem in draft champions.
Yeah, I know, because you don't have the time. That's part of what makes these games so unpredictable.
And fun for us to call. So here now the Cowboy offense onto the field to get their first crack at it. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback out of North Carolina State. It's Phillip Rivers.
In some ways, he reminds me of a past NFL great who played the quarterback position as well. Jawing with the opposition, trash talking a little bit, doesn't mind getting hit and battered around some that kind of gets him into the game. But once it's time to lock in, Phillip Rivers does that as well as any quarterback in the league.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Boom! Still fighting. Touchdown, Cowboys. Mark Ingram, 57 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. Then you got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score
football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. They'll try to throw here. Rivers. They go screen. This is Ingram. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And now the offense operates in the red zone.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Mark Ingram with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Not a bad start for him. 2 drives for the offense, 2 rushing TDs.
Almost like he's in the percussion section in the band, isn't it? Got a little oomph, right? Got a little crash, got a little bang. He's got it all as he gets to the end zone. Second rushing touchdown, as you noted, on 2 drives. He's off to a terrific start.
Okay, you ready? Wait for it. But should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They stay on the ground with White. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Third and long, it's Wilson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard. Here's Jacob Shum now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Taking on the midfield logo. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And he's got some space here. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They'll come out in the pistol. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On second down, here's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have two remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Got an open man. It's a noon one. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing again here, Wilson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From the gun on third down, Wilson. He's got time in the pocket. Damon Harrison in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this one's going toward the sideline. They'll try to play keep away from Beckham. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
They send Thomas out to the right by himself. Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. 3 before half. This from 54 yards away. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Eli Rogers, 93 yards. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
So he took that one at the 6, returned it all the way to the end zone. An electric return it was, 94 yards to the house. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Mario Edwards in there to get him his second sack now in the afternoon.
that's his second sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it. Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy, because there won't be a sack on this play, because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Again, we'll see the pistol here. The drive starts with a run by White. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On 1st and 10, Rivers. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. Eli Rogers. A touchdown on a kick return saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive...
And he's into the clear. The 40, the 30, 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. James White, 71 yards. And it may only be for pride now, but the Chiefs get a bit closer. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Look at the spin.
Balance. Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like...
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. So they're able to connect and beat the man coverage.
Nice job between the two of them. One getting downfield, the other one delivering.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So it'll be first down here after the run.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Mark Ingram taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, you gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. On second down, Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And we're back now in Mission Valley and San Diego. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Goes underneath here to White. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make this a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football. But today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete as well. Quincy Enunwa, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down. Here's Jacob Shum now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on him all game long.
It looked like he might beat that last man. He doesn't, though, but it goes as a 32-yard return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
If you love pressure,
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On play action, Rivers. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. Just looking at from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 20. We'll finish it after this. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. To throw is Wilson. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward. There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. It's a 4-receiver look, all to the left side. Throwing again here, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Derek Johnson. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe
now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they caught one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot. One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trade in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Wilson will throw again. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Now Wilson. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD.
too far in this competition without a superstar or two. And this guy right here certainly fits that billing. Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into the starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade. Some tough choices coming up right about now. Do you go after the best available player, or do you go after a position of need? Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into a starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade. So, with a handful of starters already nailed down, you have to ask yourself, do you dare go for depth, or do you just try to cover as many areas of the field as possible? We've seen one Detroit Lion be selected so far. Could another be far behind? Yeah, I don't think you needed a crystal ball to see that pick coming. That's all about loyalty and familiarity right there.
Unicorn of a soothing, moving his arm in a fusion of man-made tools and amused from beyond, even if it went beautifully wrong. It was tangible truth for a youth to refuse to belong. No name nuisance, who's in a bedroom, who's in a brand new.
Still a few holes on this roster and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. Well, not too tough to see into the thought process of that pick.
Contour a little bit of backlight, black ink after a Bristol to baptize. You can imagine a rush that ensue when you get three dimensions stuffed in a two. Then it's off to a school where it's all you can do, being trained and observed by a capable few. Back in New York by peeps and a dog in a two-bedroom doing menial jobs, plus rhyming and stealing.
What to do here? Build up the interior of your line or get that skilled player to add another weapon?
I let my fears materialize. I let my skills deteriorate. What about a thought of what I should have been? Continuing a mission that was rooted in a twin.
Options here on both sides of the football. It's pretty much of a coin flip if you ask me.
Out of the fringe.
Always a tough decision, offense or defense. It's all about finding the right balance when you're putting a team together.
Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings an hour. Colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Used to be hard to admit that I used to think.
This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker at a skill position?
Drank Kool-Aid from a tube of acrylic and I grew up in a linseed oil or a linen.
Yeah, no surprise here. Anytime you can get your hands on a player of his caliber, I think you pretty well have to pull the trigger.